Hosting it's a beautiful experience. Especially when you get things right with management in terms of the perks, payment, and then once you've grown a community around you of people who are willing to support you. It's brilliant. Like, oh my God.
Because you're exposed to where people are spending. You know, like it's not so many guys who are in a business line where you get to see people who are spending for leisure and how much they can spend.
The hosting market is saturated in my honest opinion, but like everything else, you just have to be very brilliant with your concept when it comes to hosting. You can change it to your rules and make it work for you. But at the moment, it's saturated.
What do you mean, like change it to your moment and work? Are you actually allowed to theme the nights?
Yes, you have basically hosting is your playground. It's your oyster. They say the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
Hosting is your oyster. You can basically make it anything. It's about your creativity.
Welcome everybody, welcome to Monday Madness, another episode. Today, Bonke yuko studio. Bonke ameamua na imvua yote ana host a walk, anapeleka wase from CBD to Ronga. Mimi sijui hiyo story inaenda aje saizi. When I was on my way to the studio, it was raining. So, if Bonke is recording clips of how it's going, zitainsatiwa hapa na producer.
Yo, tulitendwa kutoka Tower di Ronga. Bro, haikuwa rahisi as it sounds. 2 weeks earlier kwa event flani ya boxing pale Alchemist nilichallenge Mr. Amazing kama joke. Next thing I knew, Chiche, Biko na Bobby Jr. wako ndani ya mix. From the first step ilikuwa chaos tupu. Banta, trash talk na good vibes. Tulikuwa tunastreamio madness yote live on TikTok na IG. Tulianza mwendo hapo Aga Khan Walk kitu 130. Destination, Masai Mall Rongai. Budget, Ruabe each. First purchase, maji za 120. So now we are attempting a cross-country expedition with just 80 bob and confidence. Kaende sana. Watch yangu ilikuwa na track kila kitu. Mada tukapata mti fulani tukapiga push-ups nayo. Biko casually alipiga more than all of us combined. Chicha alimanage kupiga 2 pekee akaanza kuona mandimu. Kaende. Support. Ana mimi 2 seconds. Wachana na mimi ba. Wewe wachana na mimi ba. Bobel kata kupiga kabisa, ati ana save energy. Strathmo mimi na Amazing tukapiga push-ups for no reason. Kwa hiyo roundabout ya Mbagathi tukapiga sprints. At some point tuko na dinga fulani ilikuwa imepakia vibaya juu ya pavement. Of course tulijaribu kusaidia kurudisha kwa barabara. Hiyo kumbe ilikuwa na side missions mingi hivi. Hapo Uru Gardens tulipeana Manday za keys kwa pedestrians na majamaa wa Senke. Tulipiga story nao na message ilikuwa moja. Hakuna kuzama basanga. By Catholic uni magoti zangu zilikuwa zimeanza kunegotiate for resignation. Chicha litap out. Mr. Amazing akares jamaa fulani juu ya bike. At that point no nilijua huyu jamaa si mtu wa kawaida. Half man, half amazing. Literally. Multimedia unit tukapeana more Manday. Same message. Basanga Z. Alafu tukamalizia balance on ice pops na ice cream tukipumzika. At this point Ronga ilikuwa kama 4 kilometers away. Ilibidi tumejikaza. Then finally tukafika Ronga. 19.1 kilometers. 28,591 steps in. 4 hours 35 minutes later. Hata hatukucelebrate. Juwe ile kuchoka tulikuwa tumechoka. Brian alitujoin hapo tukistretch. Nilifika mtaani kama nimezima. Next morning my legs were missing. But honestly, it was worth it. Tushaanza kupanga the next walk. Longer route, more chaos, better preparation.
Meanwhile in the studio, I have my homie with me, Mel. Karibu sana.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Karibu Monday Madness.
Thank you.
So if you guys don't know, Mel, Bonke and I have like a connection. I won't talk about how this guy is linked to Bonke. I'll just talk about how I've known this guy. Mel is one of the, I don't want to say the oldest, because we're not old. We're not that old, but he's one of the friends I've known the longest that I'm still in contact with. Apart from while they were high school, primary school, you know, when you're still in the alumni groups. So this is one of the homies I've known the longest time. Mel.
Uwaganess.
Niambie man, kwaje?
All is well, my G. finally here. We're together.
You know, I told you I want you to be one of the co-hosts. If you're willing to be a rotating co-host.
Yes, you did.
Alafu ukapata amoeba.
Life is a cruel mistress. Lakini, feeling much better. So I'm here to grace all of us with my greatness.
So me, I know for guys, when you survive, you know, amoeba is not, I don't think anybody has ever died from amoeba. But when you survive, lazima ukule banta. Bro, ulikuwa unakunywa maji ya shower, ama ulikuwa unakunywa maji ya mvua, be honest. Ama sema ukweli, you tried something you've never tried. Ulikula ass.
What? Nah, fam. What ass? We even does that in 2026.
You never eaten ass. Unagopa H. pylori.
Hey. Ass, no.
I'm not talking about a guy. I'm talking about a guy. So John dem yani mdem sawa ambako unasema bro mdem naweza mlamba mpaka ampit.
Bro, as in me more gopa cooties scares the fuck out of me.
Just I think kuna warembo tu shona mimi nishaona dem
unakula haga
naambia check you dem. Okay, see, I'm not going to say whether I've eaten or not. But actually I have a funny story. You know, the first time, so you know, isn't a story maybe says ipigana bonke. Sababu bonke, unajua mimi na bonke tukiwa pamoja, we understand branding and all that type of stuff. Mimi na wewe tunaelewa ujinga. More than mimi na bonke.
That is true.
But you know, the first time after my public breakup, I think the first time I had to convince myself, bro, I'm saying, unajua, you have to start life afresh. I had to do something extreme. I did it. I did it. That was like my cue. Unajua, like, I think sometimes you have to like, because you've known me before. You've known me before I had kids.
That's true.
You've known me before I was dating my ex. You've known me during and after. And you've seen how I've been like that guy. Like, I've always been consistent.
Straight and narrow.
I'm straight and narrow, like so now when it happened, bro, najua nilikuwa like have you ever been so deep into something that when it ends when it goes left, you kind of have to do the extreme right. You have to go extreme right so that you kind of come back to your true self, who's now the balance in the center.
Yeah.
To do a lot of extreme stuff.
It'd be like that, bro.
So I
totally understand you.
Ilibidi nichome. At some point ilibidi nichome kidogo. You know, like Miley Cyrus, that came in like a wrecking ball, bro.
Well, kuchoma ni perception, bro.
Kuchoma ni perception. That's what we believe in. So ilibidi niende extreme right after going extreme left, and then now find my balance in the center somewhere there because. Yeah, you are my homie. You've always been supportive.
Always.
So Mel, you've done podcasts before.
Yes, I have done a podcast before.
I think I was watching you during COVID.
Yes.
When you guys were doing a podcast with Tele
Jinx, Sandra Batonjo.
Yeah.
Ann Maura and Pendo.
Ann Maura mgani? Huyu mmoja wa Capital?
Yes.
Be serious.
For real.
She was on your pod. How come I never remember watching her?
I do not know. Maybe your attention span at that point was focused on other things.
It was super. It was that time, during that time for Nini. So
COVID and what?
Speaking of, this guy by there showed me, well, you have an unreleased... This guy's an unreleased interview with Thames.
We have an unreleased interview with
Thames. Before Thames was big.
Before Thames was actually blew up.
Yeah.
And her vibe is just...
the same.
One of a kind, as in she's a vibe.
So niuzie your interview.
Hey, bruv.
Alafu minda the superimpose maswali.
What was relevant 6 years ago and what is relevant now are two different things. So I don't even think it would be a good decision to release that interview at the moment.
Let me ask you, like, what type of questions are you guys asking? Because you showed me, like, I could see you guys are talking, but then it's swali controversial.
It was very controversial, and she was her true self.
Yeah.
She wasn't holding back. She was speaking from her ass. For lack of a better word, she was speaking from her ass.
Yeah.
And she was a lovely
guest.
Lovely guest. And she didn't have airs or trying to be something that she was true.
Yeah, me.
Ni kama tu tulikuwa base mtaani na tunaongea na msee.
Nilifanya mkuu hii release hiyo podcast hiyo like is it studio time ama ni story hawezi ongea kwa Kamenje?
It story says kwa Kamenje, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I think everybody I'm linked with, like everybody I collab with or anybody I appear anywhere with, is someone I've worked with at a specific time, someone I've interacted with at a specific time. So, for you now, what do you do nowadays? Like for guys to know, like me, najua Kenya do, but for other guys, what do you do nowadays?
Currently into club hosting and club promotion.
Yeah.
On the side, I'm subsidizing pig farmers and selling for them offcuts.
What do you mean by pig farmers selling them offcuts? So is this for like wase wanapenda tu supu ya nguruwe ama?
Pigs are omnivores.
Yeah.
Meaning they can eat meat and veggies. So to add to their diet, I'm selling them offcuts from chicken. That can be the head, the necks, the butt. Basically stuff that guys are not chowing.
That's nice. And how's business?
Slow at the moment because I've just gotten my foot into it. But so far so good.
Let me ask you about club hosting because like I've hosted in a few clubs and mine was not so much the entertainment angle of things. It was more like on the sporty side of things where like, you know, me, I'm known as a big Man United fan. Bonke ni wenye yuko hapa ningekam na Jazzy leo, but
watu utafanya mafans mazee wa deep juu na wa Jazzy ya Manchester.
Manze, cheki sasa mi ni msewa Man U.
Who even does that?
Mi msewa Man U, siwezi va Jazzy podcast ile na host. Nateseka tu huku. Siwezi va Jazzy ya Gor. Siwezi va Jazzy ya Man U. Na says hizo za black neutral. So now I have to come here in colorful things or ama earth tones. Today I'm dressed like
you're looking hella dapper, bruv.
Asante sana. Leo nimevaa kama earth nigga but then as mature earth nigga. Please. Ukinikatia ama ukitaka kukatiwa lazima ni blink indicators nikikam na mahazard.
They see you come.
Warning, you're dealing with a mature nigga. Anyway, so tell me more about like club hosting because I've hosted, but then my hosting is maybe on a top layer level in terms of just, yeah, guys, come we watch the game together. Or me host bash from like, and I think I've seen your posters sometimes. Tupatane saa mbili mpaka saa mbili asubuhi.
Yeah.
How is it like?
Hosting it's a beautiful experience. Especially when you get things right with management in terms of the perks.
Yeah.
Payment, and then once you've grown a community around you of people who are willing to support you, it's brilliant. Like, oh my God.
So most guys won't tell you, but I think for you to be able to host and become a good club host, you have to be a person who has vibes.
You need to be a person who has vibes, and you need to be, what's the right word? I wouldn't say an empath, but I would say maybe a pretender. Or not a pretender, chameleon. You know to play each role according to each individual who
Let's
comes
say
through
you're
to
like
support
you need to be malleable.
Yes, you need to be malleable in that you can play the role that you're expected to play according to each individual because each individual has different wants and needs. So you know how to grace them and make them happy and pull through for you.
So now, when it comes to like club hosting, I know like it's not just you as a host. Usually, I see like there's a whole package. So I go out once in a while. Mi ni ule msemanzi siwezi dunda every Friday anymore kwa sababu miaka zangu haziallow. Unajua, it becomes a bit weird when you're always outside. But then, if it was a business, I'd always be there. I've seen how the club scene has moved from just wetokea to now like you have bottle girls. You have those two, what is it, sparklers?
The sparklers.
Ukibai mzinga lazima club yote ijue. You have hosts and you have DJs. I remember back in the day like around 2012, 2014 to around 2016 hapo, like the clubs used to big up guys, like the DJ, if the DJ knows you, like hey, nilikuwa naingia club naambia shout out to Ramsey in the club, so unafanya tu mkono hivi, but kama una mzinga kwa meza unajificha ficha can't be seen. How has clubbing evolved in your opinion in terms of just an experience?
In my point of view, clubbing has really evolved in that nowadays the proprietors actually take time to theme nights based off the different clientele that they need.
Yeah.
So like if you look at the reggae nights, they've gone all out with the theme. Get the top-notch DJs who do reggae. In fact, that's even cliche. That's bare minimum. You unakumbuka 2020 when now the club owners and proprietors were going all out and they started bringing in the South African DJs and artists to actually come and perform
in clubs.
Yeah. And you'd make a mad kill. They would make a mad killing, and also I, as a host, would make a mad killing because I'm there, my host, and then my Forisas pull through, Kabzas pull through. Not a Sanel musician, Vigro Deep, Focalistic, just to mention a few.
Yeah.
So like them bringing in the artists is what has led to the growth of the Uns.
The Uns
movement.
Yeah.
What else? The Niger thing.
The Niger Nights.
Niger Nights.
Yeah.
Become really popular here in Nairobi. But the ghetto, if you ask me, my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
There's been a statistic saying that millennials, I think, are the highest drinking generation. And then now we have our Gen Zs who don't like drinking. So how is that affecting you guys as hosts? And have you noticed a decline in the attendance, or have it, am I in mambo to your town or internet?
No. It's actually factual because millennials are the ones who are holding it down when it comes to purchasing power.
Yeah.
And now the Gen Z tends to do maybe cocktails, mocktails, and then most of the time they're zooted up on something else. So alcohol is not their main go-to. So in terms of business...
Or diversified drugs.
Yes, they've diversified drugs. They're not bringing in sales.
Okay.
They're not bringing in sales. They're not bringing in the vibe that a club needs. So you'll find an establishment will die if it is popular with the Gen Z.
Gen Z. So when it's popular with the Gen Zs, it's always full, but then they're not making the
But they're not making the killing. But also dependent on which demographic of Gen Z they are.
So like the younger Gen Zs. The older Gen Zs drink just as much.
The older Gen Zs drink like
just
the
as much
millennials.
they drink like the millennials. Which is actually an interesting thing because, when you look at the way even brands are innovating in terms of their products, especially more so I'll speak on maybe the liquor brands and the way they're innovating.
Yeah.
Have you noticed like the last couple of products that EABL has launched into the market were like maybe cocktails, R2Ds, the ready to drinks.
Yes.
And if they're beers, they're infused beers.
Yeah.
Or crafted beers. Like if you think of Brew 254, think of the what's the other one?
Kenya Originals.
Yeah, Kenya Originals. Think of EABL. If it's beer, it's not just a boring beer anymore. It's infused with something.
Yeah.
If it's the ready to drink cocktails, now they're doing cocktails, bottled cocktails.
Yeah.
If it's Vodo, it's flavored. If it's the they're just
like even Gilby's introduced some raspberry cocktails.
Yeah. So now what you're saying is actually true because the guys who are drinking, they're drinking like for the enjoyment and I think the social aspect of it.
Yes.
And the Gen Zs who are drinking are not designed to be like us. Us guys, when we're drinking, you're moving from booze that makes you like squinch your face. Ati lazima ndio nilewe, lazima niskuzi. Gen Zs are not all for that. But they're not for all that. I think they enjoy their drinks smoother and easier on the throat.
They
the
don't
nice
like
guys.
suffering
They
in
don't
general.
like sour
Any
things. They don't
aspect
like
of
suffering.
life that brings suffering,
Yeah.
they're not for it.
Which is a bit interesting now because I know when you're hosting, you most likely have like KPIs.
Yes.
The club guys will tell you, Mel, I'm giving you X amount maybe as you to like promote this this event on this specific day. And then I'll give you a commission on sales of X and X maybe if you sell X number of botis. So now for you, being a millennial, do you think it works to your advantage that a lot of your peers are millennials? And how do you work with Gen Zs when it comes to like filling that gap? Because I know I know like a lot of times, and I like to say millennials, we like to party with millennials, but
With
there's
Gen
just
Z.
a vibe Gen Zs bring.
Well, to be honest, my main demographic is the millennials. Out of learning, because millennials, like I said, purchasing power, vibes, and they're consistent.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in that business, you need consistency.
Yeah.
So millennials have kept it consistent for me. As for the Gen Z,
So now, now that you're talking about that, because sometimes people don't understand how you get into like industries like hosting. You know, that's a whole other economy out there. That's events, and then events has like, you know, you are the one organizing, you're the one, you know, planning, event planning. People, this hosting thing came out just the other day. Tell me a bit about how you got into event hosting. Is it your background in terms of where we used to work together?
actually, to be honest, me hosting was just based off a fluke. My birthday was coming up.
Yeah.
And club manager was like, yo, since you're popular, why don't you do your birthday here? I was like, okay, what am I getting from this? So he's like, okay, I'm going to pay you X amount. I'm going to give you these packs. Fill up the club.
You're in club gani by then?
That was Deja Vu. That's how I started off with
Ah,
Deja
like-
Vu. You remember the way that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Deja Vu gave me a chance. I'm like, yo, host. So it was my birthday, and true to word,
Yeah.
I filled up that place to the brim.
You know, me, I remember when I used to be that
Yo.
guy for like nikidunda. Mi nakumbuka nikitokea team 100 bro, nilikuwa natokea peke yangu. Lone man. Lone stranger. Na kama najua bro, cheki. Mi ile meza ndakaa leo, itajaa. So I used to go to team 100, naenda nakaa kwa counter peke yangu, alafu na scan tu si nasema cheki nyaseni hivi na hivi. And then nikatoka soko. I think kurudi soko inakuanga kama it's like going abroad. Alafu narudi, napata mabeshte zako. Everyone has learned to live.
Been waiting for you.
No, waiting, what do you mean? Everyone has learned to live without you.
Without you, they're like, hey,
Because
nigga,
now you see
catch
the thing about kutoka soko ni like people don't understand, like when you're a secondary, I don't say like a second time bachelor, ama easy retake, you're a retake bachelor. When you're a retake bachelor, people don't understand that wale mabeshte zako uliacha kwa soko when they were single. By the time you're coming back, these niggas are the ones now who are in love. Yeah. The babes you left in the soko when you're coming out. Say wote wamepewa ma ACL bro, wamepewa mamimba wote. Wamepewa mamimba ama wameget, like they're more serious members of the society, so you're not going to meet them in the same spaces.
That is so true.
So now when I was coming back to the soko, my homie is telling me, shout out to Espada is telling me, bro, unajua ni aje? I'm saying, I think Julie toka soko karudi, unafaa kuchange environment yako ndo upate wale wase ulikuwa na hang now, like vibe at the same level. Kaniambia wacha kuenda club, MC. Enda happy hour kwa hoteli. That's where now you see the people who have the chums, the guys who want, like, you can have those serious conversations. Don't enda club, by the you'll have vibes and you'll have fun. But then if you want someone serious, we enda happy hour hoteli. One day just enda Sundowner. Oma enda initwanga enda Sundowner, you know, like go to the hotels. Happy hour. That's where the people you want are, like the marketing execs, the brand execs and all these guys. That's where they're hanging out. Those are the people I was hanging out with when I was married. So I want to joke kitoko. So and then the funny thing about kutoka soko lafu rudi is you kind of, if you're a man and you're not playing victim. Oh my God, I'm so broken. People start looking at you as the villain.
That's
So
true.
now the babes are not looking at me like, bro, are you sure you're okay? Like, have you healed? The homies are looking at me like, bro, like when I hang out with you, I look like you'll influence me into also breaking
Into
up.
some
with
negativity.
I'm like, bro, missing Iso. I don't have those things. Like, if it's like you when I was in deep and kichomoka soko huko unaniambia Rama kuja huku, come to the dark side. Huko unaniambia, either my friends are very supportive. Actually, nacheka hapa. My friends are very supportive. People don't realize for a lot of guys, your single guys really support their married friends and friends who are in
That's
serious
true.
relationships. Because these guys are the ones who are telling me, bro, huku nje ni kuchafu, usirudi, weka tu pale uko, stay put. Unless it's really bad and it's not really working, then you can join us. But then nobody was ever encouraging me ati kama ati unajua niko na dem. Ati nikiambia say come na madem.
We don't tolerate disrespect in our relationships.
These are the guys who'd allow me to come. If you're hanging out, they understand when I come last, and they also excuse me when I have to leave first. So a lot of, I think, perception of the way we interact with each other as friends, we don't really. I don't think it's ever cast in terms of if I'm this, you have to be that. It's always, bro, you do your thing over there, me, I'm doing my thing over here. When we meet in something common like football, me, I support Man United, you support Man United. I support Arsenal, you support Arsenal, and we can only talk about that in that space.
That is true.
If we've come to party, we're talking about partying. If we've come to have a good time, we're just talking about the thing that brought us there. Like, I'll ask you in passing, are you okay? Are you easy? And then utanidapu niambie, yeah, bro, I'm easy, and all that type of stuff. And that's what makes it fun. And I think for you as Mel, do you think in terms of you and hosting and also selling whatever you're selling on the side, do you think that helps in terms of just understanding between you and how you treat people? Because you say you have to treat everybody as an individual.
Yeah.
And then does it help in terms of what you do to compartmentalize the difference between every single guy you interact with? Because let's be honest, when you're hosting in a club, the dudes will most likely buy enough booze for them and strangers. Do you see the difference in terms of, how you interact with different people?
Basically, the interaction is, I'd say it's lopsided because someone is willing to blow mad money on randoms. But when it comes to a business dynamic, they're very cagey, like mkono birika. So, but anyway, you cannot have expectations in when it comes to a business in that someone will support you. It's for them to do it when they feel like.
I tend to think in terms of just you, because you're exposed to where people are spending. Like it's not so many guys who are in a business line where you get to see people who are spending for leisure and how much they can spend. So you're saying when it's time to deal with people when you're hosting in clubs, you deal with everybody as an individual, and then even in that circumstance, you can't expect everyone to be as generous to their friends as they are to strangers.
Yeah.
We always say, mwanaume heri akununulie pombe kuliko apromote busy yako ama alipe deni yako.
Yeah. From my point of view, yes.
So Mel, in your opinion, now that you kind of give us insights on things like hosting that a lot of people didn't know are actually things you can make a living out of. When you started hosting to when now where we've figured, I've seen a lot of hosts coming up.
Yeah.
Do you think in terms of media and how it's been fragmented, now people do things like the bag where it's just a small knit community, guys have a good time. It's like you have a small club this size.
Yeah.
And it's a small thing, but then it attracts lots of guys. What do you think the future for hosting is, and do you think it's saturated already?
The hosting market is saturated, in my honest opinion. But like everything else, you just have to be very brilliant with your concept when it comes to hosting. You can change it to your rules and make it work for you. But at the moment, it's saturated.
What do you mean, like change it to your moment and work to?
No,
Are you
as in-
allowed? Are you actually allowed to theme the nights? And,
Yes,
and,
you have basically hosting is your playground. It's your oyster. They said the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
Hosting is your oyster. You can basically make it anything. It's about your creativity.
What you're saying is, not only do you have the freedom to host when you're given that gig by a club, you can also give the club ideas in terms of how
to
they
move with
engage
it.
their patrons.
Yes. But the catch is if you're dealing with an establishment that is not rigid.
Okay.
If the establishment is rigid, you just host, kawaida,
Yeah.
bounce.
I'm gonna swallow your last before you swallow your last.
Shoot.
Is it true? Because as in a club, alafu, like the DJs play songs from like 2010. And it's always the same 3 songs, you know.
Yeah.
Like, all I do is win.
Yeah.
And then there's like there's like those 3 songs.
Yes.
You know them. You know. Is it true that sometimes the club owners and the managers dictate what the DJ should play?
Yes, at times the managers and the owners dictate what the DJ can play, not realizing that they're killing the... very good questions. But now, for instance, they're killing it because I, as a club host, I come through and I come with my people, my demographic.
Who you understand?
Who understand, and also the DJ understands what this specific crowd wants.
Yeah.
But here comes the manager with, cheza bongo, nini. That's how you're chasing people away from your establishment, because you're dictating something that does not work for the crowd that is there.
So the manager thinks they're
the shit, but they're actually shitty.
So manager anafikira yeye ndio customer.
Yendo customer.
So instead of managing the customer, they start assuming they're the customer.
Yes.
And you have to entertain them, not the customer.
Exactly. That's where they go wrong.
That's actually very interesting. Last question. Between club hosting and you say you sell offage. Off-cuts. Yeah. I don't know what offage is. Forgive me, guys. So between hosting and off-cuts, if you're to have one, I know you're balancing them, because all says it by the so when in the reality of AI, you can't have one hustle.
You can't have one hustle.
You can't have one hustle in the AI reality. Now that it's here, by the way, you have to kind of juggle more than one hustle. But in your opinion, if you pick between hosting and selling off-cuts in that perfect utopian world, what would you pick?
I would pick hosting.
Kujibamba.
Minus the politics.
Yeah, and a lot of politics.
Bruv. A lot of politics.
Really?
Yes. For instance, do I go?
Nini unagopa nani? Cheki. Si ukichoma utakuwa tu podcast host. Utakuwa podcast co-host. Na muwatch alafu mlipeo mseju anachoma. Akaribu kuchoma, akifutua kazi, hana hustle lingine. Please you guys watch, share, subscribe. Zee mail hapa hivi akilala njaa akufe. Aji ice juu yetu, mimi nilimu-encourage. I won't be able to live with myself. I'll have a lot of guilt. So you guys, please support bana. So niambie choma.
Aya, wacha nichome. So now hosting is has a lot of politics when it comes to first establishment, the management, and your competition.
Really?
So you're dealing with 3 different things over here trying to shaft you. First, management. Management had a gatekeeping conversation because we're dealing with 25 bands, 30 bands above a day. A night.
Unalipwa kama DJ wengine.
Exactly. If you're a good host.
Yeah.
So they had a conversation like, I feel we're paying these people too much. Let's scatter this cash. So they take it down to like 20, 15 to 10. And your KPIs are still the same.
Okay.
What they expect from you is the same. But they still want to nyonga your cash.
Yeah.
When you do that mathematics, it doesn't make sense anymore. Doesn't make sense. Another thing, your competition is willing to be paid 5Gs or just to be given the
Platform.
rider, just the rider, give me my bottle and give me my free meal, but I'll do this for free, just to have a one-up on you. As in, watu wajipende, surely.
For real.
For real, man.
Undercutting. And you guys have undercutting back.
Niggas are undercutting at it just to get the job. I'm like, at the end of the day, money
You
is
won't
what
be able
is
to pay your
important
bills.
here.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to, and that's what has killed the
hosting.
industry.
Yeah. So the industry actually died before it took off.
Hey, bro. And then now this will now be start bringing in wahala, but babes get preferential treatment.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. So mimi nikienda club, by the way, inawanga sausage fest. Nikiona sausage fest, hiyo pombe kwanza, kama ni pombe haishiki, sio tamu kwanza, hata kama ni baridi haiteremki. So I like going to clubs where I don't even have to talk to the babes.
Yeah.
I just need to see there's hands around and they look nice and
Exactly.
they smell nice. It's part of that thing of I'm enjoying my money. So I need to be in an environment where, there's women who see me, I see them, even if I'm not disturbing them. Wako hapa, niko hapa. Mi napenda tu madem, by the way. I love women because I know, I've seen women, bro.
Yeah.
They actually don't even have to talk to you. Cheki katu hapo tu.
I just want to see you.
Just want to see you, unajua. I want to hear you laughing.
All your grace.
Just
and
laugh in the
kindness.
background, yeah. So, Mel, it's been a pleasure introducing you to the pod. I hope tutakuwa tuna host more often.
Yes, for sure. You'll have me more often.
The plan is to have Mel as a rotating co-host. So when Bonke hayuko ama mi siko, mtakuwa mnaona Mel sana sana kwa sababu me and this guy we go way back, and then Bonke and him also go way back. Na kama unajua hawa wase wawili pia wakidanganya utasema enyewe wase ni waongo. That's not what we remember. Yeah. So thank you so much for being.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Karibu sana.
Bless.
I want to remind you guys, as always, another week, another chance to get 5Gs. If you have a video, funny video, where there's a man doing some manly stuff, and it's madness that is healthy madness, na haina views, ebu tutumie Manday Madness DM, tutumie hiyo link, ikitokea kwa channel yetu, mi nakupatia 5Gs. Dan yako. Now, Mel, I have a final question for you. These final questions. Final. Final. What's a great man to you?
In my line of experience, I would say a great man is a man who stands by his word, number one, who treats people with equity, one who can be relied on, and one who's ready to be corrected when they're wrong. That is a great man.
Thank you so much for coming, bro.
Bless.
See you on the next episode. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. I've done this before. Nishawauliza before. Like, subscribe, share. I know you remember this voice. This time I promise hatutachoma. Kichoma itakuwa mbaya. See you on the next episode, guys.
Adios.